Listen, if the Canelo vs. Crawford fight hasn't been announced, then I take it that it's only because it just hasn't been announced. I mean, at this point, the boxing world has reason to be excited when you see photos like this and when you hear the news that Canelo was out in London meeting with the Sheik. Now, even if they were in London due to the Ring Magazine Awards, the fact that it was the Ring social media pages that officially leaked this information, the fact that both Canelo and His Excellency were in separate interviews just last month saying that January would be when negotiations start. With us now being in January, is it really safe to say that the fight is close to being signed? I understand Canelo didn't confirm anything in his recent interview with the Ring, but when the man is up there saying things like, there's a chance that the fight gets made, there's always a chance, we're here to make the best deals. To me, and I'm sure to many others, that just means Canelo's waiting on his payday to be finalized, bruh. Considering the fact that Canelo requested $150 million for a fight with Bud, this would not only mean that Turkey kept his word of his best offer, but also that Turki Al-Sheikh has delivered Canelo the $150 million, if not something close to that price range. Now, because Eddie Hearn's on record claiming that he doesn't think Canelo wants to fight with Crawford due to the obvious reason of folks criticizing him for the weight difference, it begs the question on if Canelo is just keeping his options open and if he could potentially be waiting to see if Dimitri Bibal's victorious in his rematch for Undisputed against the now undisputed champion Artur Beterbiev. Remember, Canelo said if Bivol was victorious in the first fight, he would face him for Undisputed, and although that's something to keep an eye out for, at least for the time being, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Canelo and Crawford have already came to a verbal agreement. And the reason I say that is because it was only a couple days ago when boxing expert Rick Glazer tweeted out how a reliable source told him that the possibility of Canelo Crawford increased greatly and could be close to being signed with an undecided fight target of May or September. Of course, add that in with everything that's taken place in the last 24 hours, and if anything were to be icing on the cake outside of an official announcement, it's this post and this cryptic message here from Terence "Bud" Crawford early this morning. From the looks of it, he's either just landing at the London airport or possibly leaving to get on a flight from the UK. But either way, that would mean Crawford's walking the same soil that Canelo and Turkey just recently had their foot on. Now, because of everything with the Ring Awards, there's no telling if Bud was just there for the event like so many of the brothers and sisters in the boxing community. However, since there were no photos or videos from the event of Bud surfacing, I'm sure that's just not the case, and it really don't take a rocket scientist to put two and two together at this point. His message is clear as day, with Sade's Smooth Operator song playing in the background. It reads, and I quote, "I'm like a genie when you rub his lamp. Once you call upon me, I appear to grant you one wish, because I'm a free genie, not one in cuffs." Listen, that might be the corniest and maybe even the creepiest shit I read all week, but hey, if that's how the brother feels, then I guess Turkey's Aladdin, Canelo's Apu, and they on a magic carpet ride to arguably the biggest fight in boxing today. I mean, because it is, outside of Tank vs. Shakur and Canelo vs. Benavidez, Canelo vs. Crawford's the creme de la creme. It's really the modern day Tyson vs. Roy fight that never happened at its peak if you really think about it, at least on paper. And if it isn't that one, then it's more than likely Oscar De La Hoya vs. Bernard Hopkins 2.0. Hey, whichever floats your boat, man. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe the weight difference should have prevented it, one thing's for sure. Bud Crawford's always ready, and he will not hesitate to pursue the biggest challenges, especially when he tweeted this out yesterday. I guess referring to Canelo calling him easy work. Two things for certain though. When Canelo got that little low fade haircut going on, we already know that man is all business, and it means he's not taking no prisoners. Last but not least, this guy, Turki Al-Sheikh, the one everyone calls His Excellency, would undoubtedly be living up to that name if he can deliver us Terence "Bud" Crawford versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. Also, if they do already know something we don't, could that be why Tank is now demanding $150 million for the Ryan Garcia rematch? Could there be some noise about Canelo's purse floating around behind the scenes? Guess we'll find out soon enough. Pop off.